Hi guys, welcome to today's video. We are talking about the Dyson today. If you guys follow me on my socials, you know that I got one maybe like 2 months ago. So I've been playing around with it a lot and I just want to show you guys some of my favorite features about it, how I use it, and how I get the hair that I just love. So let's just get right into it. I just washed my hair and I'm going to show you guys usually what I do, but actually before we get into that, let me show you the product. I actually do love the packaging because I feel like it's pretty sturdy and it's not like an ugly box or anything, but this is what it looks like. And then it just says Dyson. I do like the velvet inside, and it just comes with the different extensions, of course. By the way, I have always wanted a Dyson, but I was always like, is it worth it? Do I really want it? Because I feel like there's been so much debate online about like if it's worth it or not. And I feel like a lot of the people who tell you that it's worth it, they're like, it's worth it. You just have to learn how to use it properly, like watch tutorials and know what you're going into. Because a lot of people that I know straight up told me like, mine did not work, but because I didn't like look into how it should work, if that makes sense. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling. But I mainly use this extension, which is the bigger barrel. By the way, I just really liked the color of this. This is in the color Jasper Plum. This one came out for, I think it was a Mother's Day. And I really liked it. I thought this purple was nice. I know they have a pink version, but I just thought that one was cuter. This is the smaller barrel that it comes with. This is the round brush, a styler, and it's just going to try to create less frizz as well. Similar to this one is just gonna like straighten it, but like keep it no frizz. And the regular, which is just blow dryer. I watched a ton of tutorials. I even watched a lot of the ones that they post on their own page, just because obviously they're gonna have the best information, but obviously I do like to look at creators' videos because you just never know. You wanna make sure you get accurate info. For me, the Dyson works best when my hair is probably like, I would say like 60% dry. When I'm drying my hair with this, I try to do my roots because once your root is dry, it's gonna dry the rest, you know what I mean? And if you see my hair, it looks wet, but it's mainly dry. So this tip I've been using from my hairdresser that I've used for a couple years, and she always told me that whenever I'm gonna do like a blowout or just like curls, to try to put some mousse. And mousse will kind of help hold the curls a lot better. Go in heavy because I'm gonna go through and just brush it all in a bit. You wanna make sure that you spread it evenly. So I go through and kind of brush my hair. I want to tell you guys that my favorite thing about the Dyson is the fact that it has the ID curl feature. Again, this is my first time with a Dyson, so I don't know if like the older versions have this. I remember seeing a video of this girl recently, or maybe like a year ago, saying that the previous like maybe 2 didn't have it. I don't know. This again has already been out for a while, but I guess they didn't have this feature before. But you connect your Dyson to your phone via Bluetooth. There's an app. And my favorite thing is in the app, you can move the time frames of like, okay, this amount of time I want it to be wrapping my hair, so that it gives you the time to get it wrapped properly. And then it'll say like you can put 15 seconds for it to actually be the heat, and then maybe like the last 7 seconds you can put a cold shot. It's kind of weird, but I will add a little screen here so you guys can understand what I'm talking about when I do the curl feature. But the reason why I really like that feature is because a lot of the times when I'm doing my blowouts or, you know, just curling my hair with a curling iron, I'm really weird in the fact that like, let's say I like leave it on for 10 seconds, I have to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I'm like counting the seconds. And then with the whole like ID feature, you can tell it just does it everything for yourself. So in a weird way, I'm just a little bit more carefree when I'm doing my hair because I'm not like, okay, counting down. To turn on like the air wrap, I need you just flip it up again. So there, it's like giving you the feature to wrap it. And you'll hear the difference. See there, it's getting hotter. And you'll hear it right now turn lower. You see how there it like went down? There's my little loose curl. You push it up and then it starts kind of wrapping. And I always like to make sure that most of it's like already wrapped on it, and then it just kind of wraps better this way. You can hear that difference right there. I also feel like my Dyson is just shaped a little bit differently, just like the way that you hold it compared to other tools that I've used. I used to have a kind of like the blowout brushes, which also comes with an attachment with these, but it was really heavy and I liked using it. Oh, it was actually the Revlon brush. I really like using it, but I don't know, I just felt like it was not giving me the same look that it was previously, which is why I kind of just want to play around and just finally get a Dyson to see what all the hype is about. Last piece, this one I like to sometimes roll upwards, so let's just kind of do it this way. But look at the difference in my hair. My hair is long. I wish I was taller so you could see. I want to put this down, but then the angle's just not gonna be great. But yeah, so that's the finished product, and these are the three that I always use for this. So first I start with that mousse, and I usually do put a thermal spray, but I didn't have one here at the moment and I was like, whatever. And then this I also just put kind of like a little bit, I just put a little bit on the ends at the very bottom. You don't want to, I don't put it like all over because then it'll be really heavy on my hair. I do usually prefer more of like curls, but not curled, you know, just very like effortless curls. So then I just end off with this. It's from Bumble and Bumble. It's spray to mode. I don't know, it's their flexible hold hairspray, and then just kind of spray underneath. This does give a good hold without, you know, making your hair all crusty. This is what it looks like from the back. It's very just like beachy vibes. I personally love like beachy hair look. I don't like my curls to be too big, but I just feel like this gives me good volume to my hair. And this way I just don't look as flat as I usually would look. I feel like my hair is always super flat, so I just really like the amount of volume that this gives me. And again, I'm still learning how to use the Dyson. I've probably used it a good like 10 times now, so I feel like I haven't 100% perfected a like perfect technique. But so far, I just feel like it's definitely the Dyson for sure is practice. And I feel like over time, it's gonna come out better. So I know right now, like this might not be everybody's like vibe of hair, but for me, I personally, like I said, I just love like a good beachy hair look. Like it's just very effortless. And it adds so much volume. And yeah, I like it, okay? I like it. I do feel like it's pricey. It was pricey, but I didn't pay for it. It was gifted to me by my husband, so whatever. Is it worth the $600? I don't know, because I feel like there are definitely a lot of other brands that are a lot more affordable, but the reason why I decided to get with it is because those people my friends that do have it, they have said that they've noticed their hair just a lot healthier compared to a lot of other heat stylers. So, and this is exactly what I need, okay? I'm postpartum, my hair is always looking crazy. And another reason why I ended up getting it. I originally had told Jay like, okay, that's gonna be my Mother's Day gift. And then afterwards I was like, no. And I told him, I was like, no, don't buy it for me anyways, because I'm like, when do I have time to do my hair now that I have a baby, right? And then I like sat on it for a couple of days, and then one of my friends that I follow online, she posted about getting hers and she loved it. And I was like, I regretted telling him not to get it for me. And then I'm like, okay, just kidding, I do want it. And my excuse is, I'm like, okay, well, if I have it, like, it's gonna push me to do my hair more. If you know me, I am so obsessed with like makeup and face looking cute all the time, right? But my hair, like, I don't know how to do hair. So again, I'm still learning, you guys, but I feel like it looks good. I'm presentable, and like I can go out into the wild with this hair. But that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.